Hare Krishna, welcome to Bhagavad Gita class. We are discussing chapter 3, text number 30. Mayi sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa nirashir nirmamo bhutva idhyasva vikajvaraha. Mayi, unto me, sarvani, all sorts of karmani activities, sanyasya, giving up completely, adhyatma, with full knowledge of the self, chetasa, by consciousness, nirasihi, without desire for profit, nirmamaha, without ownership, bhutva, so being, yudyasva, fight, vigat jvaraha, without being lethargic. Therefore, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Therefore, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me, with full knowledge of me, without desires for profit, with no claims to proprietorship, and free from lethargy, fight. Okay, so he's saying that the wise people should not unsettle them, although these duties are inferior due to the performer's lack of knowledge. Okay, the previous two verses, if you just read the translation, then says that one who is in full knowledge of the absolute truth, O mighty arm, does not engage himself in the senses and sense gratification. The one who knows Krishna well, knowing well the differences between work in devotion and work for fruitive results. So he understands that, and the people who are in the mode of material nature, who are bewildered by modes of material nature, the ignorant fully engage themselves. Those ignorant people, they are fully involved in the material activities. So the wise people should not disturb them, and they should not unsettle them. Okay, and then 30th shloka, Krishna is saying, therefore, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me, with full knowledge of me, without desires for profit, with no claims to proprietorship. So many things he is saying. Surrendering all your works unto me, first thing. With full knowledge of me, second. Without desires for profit, third. With no claims to proprietorship, fourth. And free from lethargy, fight. So this verse clearly indicates the purpose of the Bhagavad Gita. The Lord instructs that one has to become fully Krishna conscious to discharge duties as if in military discipline. Such an injunction may make things a little difficult. Nevertheless, duties must be carried out with dependence on Krishna, because that is the constitutional position of the living entity. The living entity cannot be happy independent of the cooperation of the Supreme Lord, because the eternal constitutional position of the living entity is to become subordinate to the desires of the Lord. Okay, so constitutionally, living entity is supposed to serve Krishna, but because living entity want to enjoy separately from Krishna, so that is the cause of suffering. Okay, so living entity has, if a living entity want to be happy, then what they need to do? They need to cooperate with the Krishna. Okay, they need to serve Krishna, they need to surrender to Krishna. So Arjuna was therefore ordered by Sri Krishna to fight as if the Lord were his military commander. One has to sacrifice everything. One has to sacrifice everything for the goodwill of the Supreme Lord. So, for the goodwill of the Supreme Lord Krishna, one has to sacrifice everything. It can be there, and at the same time discharge prescribed duties without claiming proprietorship. So, one should perform duties, but one should not claim the proprietorship. That's the point here. Very difficult. Performing the duties but not claiming the proprietorship, how it is possible? It's very difficult, because everyone says, this is done by me, this is mine. Everybody claims the proprietorship, but the trick is not to trick is that perform the activity but don't claim the proprietorship. Arjuna did not have to consider the order of the Lord. He had only to execute his order. Okay, what is said, just do it. Don't just think about it, whether it is good or bad. No. What master is saying, servant should do. The Supreme Lord is the soul of all souls. Therefore, one who depends solely and wholly on the Supreme Soul without personal consideration, or in other words, one who is fully Krishna conscious, is called Adhyatma Chetasa. Okay, the one who is fully surrendered to Krishna, who only works as per the desire of Krishna and does not listen to his own mind. Nirashihi means that one has to act on the border of the one who has to act on the order of the master but should not expect fruitive results. Okay, that is called Nirasi. Okay, Adhyatma Chetasa means a person who is fully depending upon Krishna and serving Krishna. And Nirasi means that one has to act on the order of the master but should not expect fruitive results. He should just act, just do whatever is said. Don't expect any result from that, any like fruitive result. So the cashier may count, this is a nice example, the cashier may count millions of dollars for his employer, but he does not claim a cent for himself. In a bank also, you see cashier is just sitting and giving so much money, but nothing belongs to him. He is not claiming that, right? So that is the, similarly one has to realize that nothing in the world belongs to any individual person, but that everything belongs to the Supreme Lord. That is the real purport of Mai, or unto me. And when one acts in such Krishna consciousness, certainly he does not claim proprietorship over anything. So when a person serves Krishna, and then you can see many devotees who are serving nicely. When you ask them, Prabhuji, you have done this very nice, they say, no, it's not mine. I am just a servant, sir, because of Guru and Krishna's mercy things has happened. So they does not claim proprietorship. Okay. So devotee will not, a Krishna conscious person does not claim proprietorship over anything. This consciousness is called nirmamam, or nothing is mine. And if there is any reluctance to execute such a stern order which is without consideration of so-called kinsmen in the bodily relationship, that reluctance should be thrown off. So if at all somebody's some reluctance is there, that should be thrown off. In this way, one may become Vigat Jara, or without feverish mentality or lethargy. Everyone, according to his quality and position, has a particular type of work to discharge, and all such duties may be discharged in Krishna consciousness as described above. So that will lead one to the path of liberation. Okay, so this is the stages of bhakti. And this 3.30 recommends to work exclusively for Krishna and teach others to do the same. Surrendering all your works unto me, first point, with full knowledge of me, second, third, without desires for profit, fourth, with no claims of proprietorship, fifth one is free from lethargy. These are the qualities one should have while working. So, that is like Prabhupada saying this verse is indicating the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, that is like surrendering to Krishna. The highest level of self-realized work is pure devotional service, above ritualistic religion or dutiful work for purification. So, like military discipline, that kind of mood should be there in Krishna consciousness. Whatever is said, just do it. Don't think too much about it. So, this is very difficult. Whatever is said, you have to do, that's it. Don't think it is right, wrong, how I will do. No, that's not the point. Just do it. So, it's very difficult. So, duties must be carried out with dependency on Krishna. So, one should be depending upon Krishna and then one should do. So, like in a military discipline. So, because that is the constitutional position of the living entity, eternally subordinate to the Supreme Lord. Living entity cannot be happy. Living entity cannot be happy independent of the cooperation of the Supreme Lord. Okay. So, all the duties must be carried out with dependency on Krishna as in military discipline, because living entity's constitutional position is this only, to be subordinate to Krishna. And living entity cannot be happy independent of the if living entity want to be happy independently, then it is not possible. One jiva, living entity, can be happy only when it is cooperating with the Supreme Lord. Okay, so here different meanings are given. Adhyatma Chetasa, Nirasi, Mai, Nirmamam, Nirmana and Bigatjara. So Adhyatma Chetasa means one who is fully Krishna conscious and depends solely and wholly on the Supreme Soul without personal consideration. That is called Adhyatma Chetasa. Nirasi means to act on the order of the master without expecting fruitive results. Without any expecting fruitive results, just act, just do what master is saying, or what is the order of the master. Example is given, cashier counting millions of dollars for the employer. My means unto me, nothing in the world belongs to anyone, but everything belongs to the Supreme Lord. Okay, so Krishna's shelter we have to take. Nirmana, nothing is mine, free from sense of proprietorship. Vigatjara, without feverish mentality or lethargy. So, give up any reluctance to fight because of bodily relationships. So, Krishna is saying, if you have any bodily relationship, any understanding, and because of that you are feeling to not to fight, then give up all those reluctance. And then, what is the path of liberation recommended in conclusion? Act according to Varnashrama. Everyone according to his quality and position has a particular type of work to discharge. And then act according to Varnashrama, and then act in right consciousness. Discharge all such duties in Krishna consciousness. Okay, so that was the 30th shloka. There it is, main focus is that surrendering to Krishna and work for Krishna. That's it. Or any duty, whatever duty you want to do, you do it with the full mood of surrender to Krishna. That means your mood should be that I am a servant of Krishna and this is Krishna's service I am doing, that's it. And one should be completely aware of the position of Krishna, that he is my master. Okay, and no profit. Don't desire any profit from the activity. Okay, just do it because it is your service. That's it. Whatever comes, that's okay. That's a different thing. But whatever is, that's your service, so you just do it without desire for profit. And no proprietorship. One should not have any proprietorship that this is mine, this is mine. And no laziness, no lethargy, just very active. Okay, Hare Krishna. So, today only 30th verse we will do. And, okay, let me see if 31 we can do. Okay, 31 we will do tomorrow, okay? Hare Krishna. You can ask questions if you have. 31 will be about result of acting according to Lord's injunction. How to follow, what will be the result, all those things will be discussed in 31 chapter. Shloka. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Yantrashram Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Anant Koti Vaishnava ki jai. So if you have any question, you can ask.